episode, I talked about the basic of how to be a good interpreter. If you thought about being a translator or interpreter, you need to learn some basic stuff about the language itself. The language you learn and the language you interpret it to or translate it to. You see, the expert, people who got the experience, they realize that all this bunch of vocabulary they have, when it comes to translation, when it comes to interpretation, it sounds really hard for them to pick the right, the adequate, the accurate, the useful meaning. I mean, the useful word that can give the strong and powerful meaning at the same time. Yeah, it's really hard to decide. It's not about I memorize a lot of vocabulary. When it comes to this world, the translation world, the interpretation world, you realize that all this vocabulary you have, in terms of putting it right, it's really hard for you to pick up or to select the right one. And here, knowing the language play a big role. You need to know your language and the other language you translate it to. And that's why all the translators and interpreters, they learn well, they know all the synonyms and all these good things in the language and in the other language too. And that's really help you guys to know and pick up the right one without hesitation. So, for example, if you talk about a thing and you wanted to pick up these two similar words, disinterested and interested, if you have the experience will play a big role here. The expert has the place here. It's not about, well, I memorize a lot of vocabulary, I'm good, you see, you just understand that a person who memorizes vocabulary and link them together, the other one who speak the language in the same country also understand what you mean, but language is not about memorizing vocabulary. Language is something bigger and something greater than that. You need to organize. You need to put the right sentence, the right expression at the right place. Then you can call an interpreter or a translator at least. Okay? Well, for example, if you have doubt what to pick, all right? If you have doubt what to pick in these two words, let's learn two. We have disinterested. This is disinterested. You see that? Having no personal involvement or receiving no personal advantage. And that's the Arabic translation. You can see it. You see that? Disinterested. The meaning, having no personal involvement or receiving no personal advantage. Look at that translation in the Arabic language. You have all these words that they can, if you wanted to use any of them, you can use and pick up disinterested. You get it right? I just wanted to learn, I want you to learn the difference between using these two different words. But this one is uninterested. And interested is not interested. This is really great, right? And look at the Arabic. You can read the Arabic yourself. That's when you need to know where and when do I have to pick up disinterested or an interested. So someone like you and I, well, they just can go with the word, the nearest one in your brain. You can throw it there and you think it gives the same meaning. Knowledge is very important, guys. You need to learn a lot. And this one, it helps you guys even realize and understand your language at the same time. You need to be good at your language. All right? Not just someone who speaks English and then you can translate or interpret it. It's really hard. This is a different skill. But it really helps you with knowing the language deep, with having different alternative, different words, different expressions, not only one or two. You know when and where you can pick exactly what you want. You see? It's really interesting. We can meet in the next episode. Thank you guys for listening to Aziz. Thank you very much. God bless everybody.